So I got my first vehicle was a 1997 4Runner from my dad that we bought brand new when I was born, actually. So we had that vehicle in our family my entire life, and when I turned 16, that was my first vehicle. So I had that drive around high school, having a good time with it, just doing like little things like plasti dipping the wheels and taking the running boards off. Super simple stuff that every high school kid wants to do. So after that, I was able to go to college, and while I was in my dorm room one night, I decided that I wanted to make a custom grill for my 4Runner. And so I started cutting up my grill and bending mesh for it, and from there, I put it on the truck, took some photos, and put them on t4r.org. And right away, I started getting people reaching out, asking if I could make them a custom grill for their 4Runner. And I was like, at the time, I was kind of like, no, that's not worth it. You know, I'm in a dorm room, I don't have anywhere to build it. You know, I need to study, whatnot. But over time, I decided, after a couple, 4 or 5 people reached out asking about grills, I was like, all right, I'm gonna make someone a grill. So from there, I started building more of the flush style grills that we sell today in my dorm room on the floor, while my roommate's sleeping and everything. So it kind of worked out. From there, I continued to grow the business just by building grills for people. I finally decided to make a website. And once I had the website, all I had was my grill on it. So I was like, man, I really need some more products to throw up on this website. So I started reaching out to other small fabricators that didn't have websites, but were on like the Facebook groups, T4R, stuff like that. And I said, hey, I have this website now. Why don't you throw your products on the website? And then I can help promote your products. You don't have to worry about having a website. And then you'll be able to just ship to the customer. We'll take care of all the customer service. After that is when I got connected with the former owner of True North Fabrications. He had some custom light bar brackets when the light bars above the windshields were super popular. So he had come out with those and some ditch light brackets for 3rd Gen 4Runners. So we threw those up on the website. So for a while there was grills and light bar brackets. Yeah, at the time when I started, adding other small fabricators to the website, there wasn't really a marketplace besides just Facebook groups and T4R that small fabricators could list their products for resale. Most of the companies like, Summit and Wheelers and stuff like that, they had all the big brands, but there wasn't any small guy out of his dorm room or his garage making cool stuff that they wouldn't list their products because they weren't big enough. So SRQ kind of filled that gap and allowed us to offer a website for the small guys. And a lot of these guys that we originally started selling the parts with have grown to be pretty big companies. And just, True North, for example, we were able to bring that in-house and really grow the size of that business. So, yeah. From 2016 to 2018, I was still at school. So I actually ended up subleasing like a 10 by 10 office from a limo company in town. So I started able to have somewhere I could actually go and build the grills, retrofits, filler panels, body lifts. So after that point, then I moved back down to Sarasota, Florida at the beginning of 2019. And that's when I finally had my own shop and I was able to start getting some employees. And that's when we started growing the website and offering some big brand companies, also growing our in-house production. So I started talking with Alec probably like 4 or 5 months after starting the flush grills on the website. And he had a bunch of products he wanted to start offering. Like me, he was a college student just building stuff out of his apartment. So we kind of had that common situation. So we started working together, and we worked together for almost 4 years before I then bought him out and brought True North Fabrications as an in-house SRQ brand. So one of the big challenges for us was definitely COVID. So after moving down in early 2019, so 2019 was my first full year of having my own place and starting to have employees and stuff like that. So when we rolled into 2020 and then everything was basically shutting down, definitely threw a wrench in some of the plans for growth, and they didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know if people would even be buying parts, but it ended up working out all right. And from there, we've, over the past 3 years, have really been able to grow. And after we had a lot of 3rd Gen 4Runner products on there, we started pushing into the 4th Gen 4Runner and the 1st Gen Tacoma. We got bumpers and started adding bumpers for 1st Gen Tacomas and custom grills, headlights, and all that. Really what we ended up doing was, after 3rd Gen 4Runner is when I started bringing more of the bigger brands in for resale. So I went to school for mechanical engineering, so I've always had a passion for designing stuff. Even in high school, I was designing products for school projects and stuff like that. So it's kind of just been a continuation of that. And every time I design something new and I see that other people like it, it just gives me more motivation to go out and find the next cool product to design and continue to grow. We're getting ready to start on our new Tundra lineup. So the 2022 Plus Tundras, we're gonna have bumpers, skid plates, rock sliders, just about anything you need to go have some fun outdoors. So right now we have all generation, or 3rd, 4th, and 5th generation 4Runners, all generation Tacomas, and all generation Tundras. And then our newest lineup is the brand new 6th generation Bronco. So all those models you can find parts on our website for. We also have just pushed in the FJ Cruiser and the Lexus 460, 470 market, which has gotten really huge over the past few years. So yeah, so we have in-house built products for all those models, and then also can get a ton of different brands, like the big guys like ARB, Old Man Emu, Bilstein, King, ADS ADS shocks, Icon, Vehicle Dynamics. So yeah, we've got a bunch of other stuff like Sherpa, Prinzu, roof racks, and just about anything you can think of, whether you're going rock crawling or you're going to King of the Hammers or you're going out camping with your family for the weekend. So SRQ is actually the airport code for Sarasota, Florida. So if you're a local, you definitely know the saying SRQ, which just means Sarasota, Florida. So since I've born and raised here and I knew the company would always end up here, I wanted to tie it all together. Yeah, so True North Fabrications was a name Alec, previous owner, had come up with, and we really liked the name and thought it'd be great to keep it. When we purchased Element LED, we decided to change it to Element Off-Road LED to show, that the off-road industry is really where we want to focus and spend our time making a great LED product. So SRQ Fabrications is kind of the whole website, or big website that houses more than just armor. We can have just about anything you think of for your vehicle is on SRQ Fabrications website, whether it be an in-house brand or a big brand company like ARB, ADS, King, Bilstein, all that type of stuff is all located on the SRQ Fabrications website. Whereas True North Fabrications is all our specific in-house armor. So on there, you're only going to find our in-house built products, and it's all made here right in Sarasota, Florida with USA materials. And then Element Off-Road LED is the newest addition to the brands, and this is going to be our in-house lighting brand. So we offer this with all our bumpers and ditch light brackets and everything. So we have some cool new stuff coming out soon that we hope to be able to show you guys. So right now, SRQ Fabrications has about 8,000 square feet of shop space. And we have a team of 9 guys working hard to get products out the door to you guys as fast as possible and while maintaining great quality. SRQ Fabrications prides itself on great customer service. So sometimes you see that's definitely missing in the off-road industry, but we spend the time, make sure we get back to every email, every phone call, every voicemail, every Instagram message. We have teams ready to go and help you pick out the perfect products for your vehicle. So at True North Fabrications, we pride ourselves because we spend a lot of time on the engineering and testing aspect before a product even hits the weld table. When it comes to the product design, we spend a great amount of time doing tab and slot designs, dialing in the bends, making sure we're able to weld exactly where we want and make the fit and finish just perfect. So we also spend a lot of time on making sure the weld quality and look is perfect. When you get your product to your door, we want it to be something that you're proud of having on your vehicle, whether it be the welds or the powder coat finish or the design itself. We want to make sure it's something perfect and it's going to last forever. We love providing a great product at an affordable price so that others can use it and go out and have a good time, just like I was able to do with my dad since I bought the 4Runner when it was brand new. I currently drive a 21 Bronco that is decked out with True North Fabrications, SRQ, and Element Off-Road LED parts. We got our own True North Fabrications front bumper on it with a bunch of Element Off-Road LED lights in the wings and on top of the bumper under the hoop. We also have in-house built fair lead on it and custom shackles, fully CNC'd, so they're soft shackle friendly, which is a great way to be safe when recovering. So then following that back, we got our two-door rock sliders. They're fully frame mounted, welded right to the frame for max strength. We also have the dual swing out modular rear bumper on it. So that also ties in with some Element flush lights and our rear shock skids. My next build purchase is hopefully going to be the next generation Tacoma. I'm excited to see what Toyota releases and what products we're going to be able to design for it. Favorite road trip is probably going out to King of Hammers in Johnson Valley. The first year we went out there, a buddy of mine raced his 80 Series Land Cruiser. So I was able to be part of that, and that was my first time west of the Mississippi. So it was definitely an eye-opener being out in the middle of the desert for 2 weeks straight with 80,000 people in the middle of nowhere. So following that, I was definitely hooked on the idea of King of the Hammers, and the following year is when we raced our 3rd Gen 4Runner at King of Hammers in the 4600 class. So we had a great time doing that, and then I went out for another year following. So the rest was kind of history. One of the craziest wheeling trips I've had was at a trail in Moab with my buddy Toby in his 80 Series Land Cruiser. And all I remember is you look to the left and there's a huge mountain face, and then you look to the right and it's just a cliff down 200 feet. And you're like, well, hopefully he stays on the trail and doesn't move over an inch, because we're going over if he does. So that was definitely a crazy trail memory. Over the next few years, we really hope to add install shop and showroom to SRQ Fabrications so that you guys can come and check it out in person and be able to see the manufacturing process, and also be able to see final products and be able to pick some stuff up, including merch and stuff like that while you're here. Element Off-Road LED, we have some cool new products we're about to release in the next couple months. Some linkable lights, some lights that may have lasers in them and stuff like that. So you can check out our whole product line at srqfabrications.com, and then you can also shoot over to True North Fabrications to see all our armor offerings, and elementoffroadled.com for our lighting accessories. You can check out all the companies on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook.